Thanks for listening to the NVTV podcast, produced by Neuqua Media.
Welcome to this episode of the NVTV podcast. I'm Tony. On today's show, we're going to be talking about art classes at Neuqua Valley. Joining me today is seniors Chelsea and Megan.
Hi.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's so great to
You're
be
welcome.
here.
Okay, so I just have a couple questions, but we can kind of take the convo wherever. My first one is just basic. What art classes are you guys taking?
Ooh.
Megan, I'm going to let you go first.
Okay, I'm currently taking drawing 2, and that's it, but I did take painting 1 earlier this semester. But I do have a love for ceramics classes. I've taken pretty much every ceramics class you possibly can take.
That's true. She doesn't shut up about it. And I've done lots of art classes, but the ones I'm in currently are computer graphics 2, because I took computer graphics 1 last semester. My fault. And I just did painting 1, and now I'm in AP art studio and independent portfolio.
All right, well, I know that Megan's favorite is ceramics, but Chelsea, what's your favorite art class?
My favorite art class has got to be AP art studio, because we just get access to all of the materials in the room to basically work on whatever project we want.
All right, and what do you do in ceramics then compared to that?
Oh, ceramics is like a completely different battleground. It's definitely interesting getting used to like the way that clay works, because you have a certain amount of time frame that you can do to get your project. It does dry out, so there's ways to keep it moist, but it's definitely a lot harder. And then there's throwing on the wheel, which is like the little spinny table thing where you can make mugs and plates and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
spinny table thingy.
Spinny
That's my
table
favorite.
Spinny table thing. She's smart.
I am really smart.
Speaking of smart, how do art classes help you guys in your other classes?
Oh, something that's interesting that I didn't really expect for it to help me with is my engineering classes that I took last year, because something that I realized that a lot of people don't really realize is that engineering is basically an art class, but your medium is tools instead of paints or clay. So it definitely taught me how to be creative, and when problems arise in the projects that I was making, how to quickly combat that and come up with creative solutions to get the final product.
Yeah, I kind of have the same thing. It helped me work my creative mind. So when more creative-based projects are given, say in English you're given a project to draw a poster for a book, I would be much more experienced and able to do that rather than having not taken these art classes and just not knowing what I'm doing.
Okay, so you'd say it just helps you be more creative and stuff?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, well, let's see how it helps with your storytelling. What's your favorite story in any art class you've ever taken?
I don't know if I can say this one, so I gotta think of another one. Megan, you go first.
Bro, what is a story in an art class? It's something that you did
Yeah,
in an
something
art
that
class?
happened.
Are you slow?
Oh, okay, so this isn't directly in an art class, but
She's so slow.
I'm so not even slow. Shut up. Sorry, can I
shut
say
up.
that on a
Let's
podcast?
Let's keep it polite on the
I'm
podcast.
friendly and I am nice, and you are a great person.
Don't touch me.
Okay,
Let's
so
reel back to the topic.
during this is not the best time that we did this, but during the time when there was the lockdown,
Oh,
me and Chelsea were kind of stuck in an art room, but we got moved over to the ceramics room, and we were really bored for a while, didn't know what to do, and right when we were about to just take a nap and give up on socializing, Miss Vasquez comes over and goes, "Hey, why don't you guys make a fort?"
and we were like,
Of course, how did we not think of that? So we used the materials from the ceramics room, cloths and stuff.
Our
and
creative minds.
Our creative minds. We built this beautiful piece of architecture in the back of the ceramics class, and we were going to take a nap in it, but then the lockdown was over, and I'm really sad about that.
Really unfortunate that the bomb lockdown was over.
Super unfortunate.
So what happened to the fort, like, after it ended? Did you just kind of leave it there?
We had to destroy it.
The storm came.
The
Our
storm?
house was gone.
So it was like Fortnite?
You did not just say that.
Yes, I did, because my creative mind is whirling, just like your guys' is ours in art
Nice.
art classes.
You want to try that again? Yeah.
Okay. So why do you think it's important that art classes are just offered in school in general?
Oh my gosh. Because so many kids just express themselves through art, and that's all they really know or feel like they need to do to kind of get their voice out. Some people can't speak out in front of a crowd. Some people need to draw or sculpt or paint what they feel and what they want to say.
Oh my God, you're literally so real for that. Because I remember last year there was one semester where I wasn't able to take any art classes at all, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going insane right now.
It's
like,
awful.
The void of creativity and just like having fun that I have in art classes was gone, and I was like, I don't know, it was just really sad because I feel like art is the best way, especially like me as more of an introvert, I feel like art is the best way for me to express myself, and like, because when I speak, I don't usually say what I want to the fullest extent, whereas art gives you that time to like say what you want in the form of your work.
No, that makes sense. It's definitely a creative outlet and stuff. And speaking of creative outlets, compared to like fine arts and stuff, would you say art is just kind of similar in that, like if you take it, like for some people, it's just how they express themselves and how they do better in other classes?
Can you rephrase the question?
Yeah, so
I support this.
so basically, like in fine arts classes, a lot of people take it and it improves their like other skills. I was basically just comparing it to that, saying that it's similar. I don't.
What's the difference between fine arts classes and the art classes we take?
No, that is
like
the same thing, girl.
I'm just like, I'm agreeing with your point from before.
Oh,
I'm
Oh,
not,
I
like,
thought you were
I'm not,
asking
like,
us
asking
a question.
That's so
I could have
true.
worded that better. It just,
Yeah.
like, came into my mind. Oh, thanks, Belle. That's not very creative-minded.
Well,
Well, are we done here? Are you guys wrapped up? Do you have enough creative spirit?
I feel very spiritually, creatively spiritual right now. How about you?
I agree. I also feel very creatively spiritual and creative, but I do gotta go. That bell ring. I gotta get to my art class.
Yeah.
Thank you to Chelsea and Megan for joining us today on the NVTV podcast. The NVTV podcast is produced by media students at Neuqua Valley High School. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Woo!